Toys, 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 manly toys, 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 toys,
and TV and movies too.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Toy Duo, where we come to you every Saturday to talk about action figures, pop culture, and whatever comes to mind. We'll probably go off on a tangent or a rant, but you never know. Today we got the fifth best co-host on YouTube still, Dan from Dandy 1981. Is that a margarita? Looks like it's got a salt rim on it.
A salt ring.
A little bit.
Yeah.
We got Sir Eric.
I'm not able to discuss the contents of my beverage.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Sir Eric has finally made it back from baby duties after the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
And Jonga Hyde.
Hey. Yeah, it's Shagahide.
Right, so
my cousin Nagahide is now an action figure. So.
Oh yeah. So I'm guessing that you're looking forward to some GI Joes in the reveals, even though we've already talked about all of the figures that came up for pre-order this week.
You can never talk about them enough.
All right, we'll talk about them again. So anyways, let's say hi to some people in the chat. John Adams is here to support Super Awesome Geek Show.
Yeah, who's that guy?
Andy 1981 is here to support Dan. Paul Morales is here. GeForce Racing. 20 is here. Sunny Sundries. Figure Fever. Gary's Grails. Jonathan Redmond. And then we'll just wait and see who else shows up in the chat. Oh, Sir Eric Brown is here to support. Eric, the only one that's not here is Vern Rance is not here to support me.
I think I subscribed to Figure Fever already. Did I subscribe to you, Figure Fever? I think I did, right?
I just realized he had an Instagram, so I started following him on Instagram.
Yeah, we gotta.
Anyways, to get us started, what I wanted to do is I'm going to share my screen right here, and let's see if I can figure this out. All right,
sharing is caring.
So this week in the news, I noticed that this wonderful, magical, interactive experience for the Willy Wonka Toy Factory
nightmare fuel
effect somewhere in the world. I think it was as Oslo or somewhere overseas, right? Like in Europe or whatever. And apparently it was all the advertisements were made with AI. So people paid $40 because they thought they were going to be walking through this wondrous land of enchantment. And you could see off to the corner when they arrived, the first thing they got to walk through was a little rainbow with some clouds. And then they got to walk over and take a picture in front of the AI generated banners. And then if they wanted to get some food, they went over to these tables where there was like no candy whatsoever, no chocolates or anything like that. And then, of course, this was probably the most magical part of the whole.
I think they were rationing out jelly beans from what I heard.
Did you guys see this?
Wow. No,
yeah, I saw it online. Yeah.
That was crazy because I thought maybe you'd be walking through Candyland, but
right. They could have did much better on the sets, but I mean, then they would have had to spend some money to like build some stuff. Now I watched a couple of these videos on like Twitter where they had like the
crackhead that came out behind the bush or whatever.
It had the guy who was the ghost face was hiding behind one of these like wardrobe mirrors, the cheap $20 Target mirrors, and he like came out from behind it like he was invisible.
That was over Disney.
Anyway,
that's worth $150 a ticket.
I think it was 40, right? But
yeah, they something like that.
Did they say they ended up refunding everybody?
Oh, I didn't really look that far into it. It just it was just sad.
Yeah, I just thought
sad
it was
and creepy.
I thought I'd mention it because a few weeks ago we were talking about AI generated art, and they used AI to like create like the advertising or something like that. And if you saw that and you would think like, oh yeah, that would be really cool. Kind of understand that this is a cartoon or a graphic, but I would expect like even this looks halfway if it was like filled in, like the ground had like You know, like they
should have
created a
printed a
walkway.
big tarp, like a tarp that went on the ground. You know.
Yeah, they could have created a walkway, thrown some flowers, made some little flower gardens or something to make it like a path that you walk through and stuff like that, and then completely surrounded it with like banners or something. But I mean, when I see this, I just think, man, that is hilarious. And then this little photo op,
Yeah.
they don't even go
wow.
together. But
There are like better decorated mini golf places.
Really?
Exactly.
Really? Yeah.
and they charge $40 to get into them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Move over, Disney. That's what Gary is saying. Gosh. All right. And then let's see. I did pull up a couple of other stories I thought might be interesting. Were you guys aware that there was going to be a live action Sword in Stone?
Oh, God. This is one of my favorite Disney movies, but I can't stand the live action remakes. It's just
well, good for you, Eric, because this one apparently has been put on hold, and the future of this movie is up in the air.
Uh-oh.
It's just like
Wasn't there?
Studios are just devoid of any new exciting
what?
ideas. They don't want to pay anyone for like new ideas.
There was a live action Sword in the Stone movie. It was called Excalibur.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, Disney's been going through their entire catalog and making every animated film
Live
into a
action.
live action one, so they have
Right.
both versions.
But I mean, are they making any money on them?
I thought that this one had some controversial scenes in it.
Yeah,
No, sorry, it was the Black Cauldron. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
the Black Cauldron supposedly can no longer be released on DVD or Blu-ray or anything.
And
Because
along
there's
with Songs of
something
the
in
South.
there's something in it
The Song
that
of the
apparently
South.
is inappropriate by today's standards, and they've parent teacher people have locked it away to say you can never release it.
I think this they can tweak and make it fine because we've seen plenty of these King Arthur type movies and stuff like that. So I don't think that would be a problem for the Sword in the Stone, right? Because it doesn't have to be like a 1-to-1 remake in my mind. And then I just think it's interesting because of everything.
I liked the one with the guy from that motorcycle show.
Motorcycle show. Yeah, which one?
Yeah. I know the one where they were bad guys. They were like gun runners or what was it? Oh,
Sons of Anarchy.
So yeah, Sons of Anarchy. The guy from that played Arthur in one of the things.
Charlie Hunnam.
And that one was cool because it had monsters, and I mean it went way out there. It was nothing.
It's a bit OTT. Yeah, I didn't care for that one. Yeah,
I like it when they take a
fantasy vibe to it.
Yeah, when there's like a pseudo mythology. I mean, there are people who say Arthur is based on a real person, or a group of people that were sort of pushed into one archetype or whatever you want to call it. But there is some historical basis, some people say. But I like it when they take those characters and turn them into a fantasy thing where there's monsters and mythology and all that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, well, even the legend of King Arthur, he's not necessarily was one king, right? It's like a
they're saying that he could have been based off of a number of different people, sort of pushed into one.
So there could have been dragons and demons and stuff like that. I mean,
yeah,
or at least they could have thought they saw them.
I think a crocodile. I think a crocodile walked in, and where what's the one, like, is it George versus the dragon? What's the one where
Peter Pan?
No, not Peter Pan. There was a knight, or was it Sir Gawain versus the dragon? There was a knight who fought off a dragon. It's supposed to be like then the knight really existed. He was a real person.
Dragon's Lair?
No, that's a fake one.
The Green Knight?
Dragonheart?
No, it was a real knight, a real person.
Braveheart? Peter and the Dragon?
Pete's Dragon, yeah.
Elliot.
All right. Anyways, did you see the newest image of the Superman from the overjoyed head of DC Comics putting out what looks like could be any Superman crest from any Superman movie ever, and it looks like he was in the snow.
Why, he's cold.
Well, it didn't just look like it. Like it didn't have the like top and bottom part of the S. It was just like a diagonal kind of
Yeah,
situation, right? It didn't look.
It's a red thing, and basically it just has the two little cutouts to try to make it look like the S instead of actually making an S. But it looks like the name has changed to just Superman instead of Superman Legacy now.
I'm still excited to see it. You know, big
I'll
James
always
Gunn fan, and
I'll always go see a new Superman. I don't care what happens.
And I'm definitely gonna support it because the woman who's playing Lois Lane went to my high school, so I'm always
cool.
gonna support her. Yeah,
they should do a screening at your high school.
Well, I'm sure she's shown up for.
Why don't you send them
things.
a message and say, why don't you guys do like a grand opening red carpet at the high school?
Yeah, I doubt that, but that would be
you
cool.
Never know.
You get James Gunn, and I'll be there.
Yeah, this is pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to this. What about Tron Ares? Are you guys ready for that?
Wait, there's another Tron coming out?
Yeah, it's called Tron Ares. It's going to be Jared Leto's in it. This is actually, I think, Jared Leto's character right here in the red. So obviously he's going to be like probably the antagonist. The interesting part is I don't think anybody from the other movies is going to be a part of this one.
I haven't seen. There's only one new one, right? That Disney did.
It's at Tron Legacy or whatever.
So he's the bad guy.
Was that good? I haven't seen that yet. Even
I mean, it was okay.
No,
okay.
It was okay.
I didn't like it that much.
It was okay if you watched it on streaming and you had nothing else to do.
Fair enough.
All right.
So he's the bad guy then, because the bad guys are red in the.
Probably going to be the bad guy. I guess the premise of the movie is that he's going to be trying to get into the real world.
Okay.
Yeah, is the idea behind it. But I mean,
so it's the opposite.
Yes, the opposite.
A video game character is going to try to get into the real world.
Right, and the way he's going to do it is he's going to do
Ralph.
it. Yes, he's going to do it through. No, he's going to do it through everybody's Apple like VR headset.
The Apple. Not after they turned it in. They've all returned them by now.
Have they?
He's in red, Dave. He's a bad guy. Bad guys are red in Tron, and good guys are blue.
Right.
That's how it is.
Anyways, I don't know. I don't know if I've actually ever seen a movie with Jared Leto that I actually really liked. So
you just
I'm going to reserve my opinion of it until it's over. But I mean, I do like the Tron universe. I think it's kind of cool. It's a really cool idea. So I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Urban Legends was a good movie.
Urban Legend. I don't think I've seen it.
It's got him in it.
All right, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
I know he was in one with that Rami Malek, where he was like a police officer or something like that, and they were going after some killer. That was okay. It was just it kind of dragged a little bit, but all right. Next, and of course, the Coyote versus Acme. I guess Will Forte is all upset because they decided to cancel the big Wile E. Coyote movie or whatever. Did you guys even know? Apparently, they made a movie and they just basically said,
It's the same thing as the Batgirl.
Yeah, it's like delete it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm wondering. I mean, if Will Forte's seen it, right? Because he's telling everybody like the crew and everybody should be so proud of this movie. It's interesting that it's nowhere to be seen and probably will never be seen.
I don't like stuff like that. Like I think, like, what was it? There's an old Star Wars. Was it during the transition when Lucasfilm was bought by Disney? They had an entire
Star Wars detours.
Yeah, and it was like an animated thing. It was all, and I heard it was all done, but then they just canceled.
Yeah. Hashtag free Star Wars detours.
I don't like it when they do stuff like, if something is finished, if they don't want to release it to like theaters or do whatever, there should be like some way, like, well, we'll just put it on YouTube, or we'll just put it out on some stupid free service that doesn't cost them any money to release it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then if we want to look at it, we can look at it and be like, oh, that, you know.
Well, WB has to have some sort of a streaming service, right?
Yeah, HBO Max.
So you would think that like they would. Well, I guess with HBO, they're like so picky now. And if what Jonathan's saying is nobody wanted it, like Netflix wasn't even willing to pay for it, then.
But what I mean is then just put it on YouTube or something that doesn't cost the studio any money to post it.
But this
gets
them but this is more financially beneficial to them than doing that. They don't care. These guys don't care about anything other than money. David Zaslav is yeah.
So it's interesting. It is interesting to me that they do that, and like these movies that are practically done just end up on somebody's floor and will probably never be seen except and buying the bootleg VHS days are over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because when that Roger Corman Fantastic Four came out, somehow that VHS just the copies of it just appeared at like conventions. You could buy it.
That's true.
Even though it was never released. So unfortunately, with physical media feeling like it's just going away, it's like not even going to a convention like that will there ever be an opportunity to be able to pick up a bootleg version of this film or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of what I mean. Yeah. In the past, you could do that. You could buy those weird bootleg VHS tapes off people and
and now it would be like somebody would have to stream it online or whatever, and people aren't going to do that because they'll be like, oh, it'll track back to me or something like that. Especially with the unreleased. I did want to say hi to Dave's Dimensions. Do we say
hi Dave?
Kiwi, GI Joe, GI Customs and Collections. Did I miss somebody here? Gary's Grills, Mr. B. Brian Myers. Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure. Bad Batch. You guys watch the Bad Batch?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody here but me.
And me.
Not into it.
Yeah. I did watch episode 3.
And it was skipped right to episode 3.
I did because last week you said, now I know why they've released 3 episodes because if they didn't put episode 3, you'd be like, what am I waiting for? So I did watch episode 3. It was okay. And then I turned on episode 4 and about 10 minutes in, I was doing something else.
Really? I like it.
All right. Yeah, I liked it.
But I did see the point where it was like, they were like trying to do something. And then I guess was it Omega goes, okay, we can do it your way. And then Crosshair goes, it's about time. Or whatever, right?
Show,
yeah.
I thought it was kind of funny that like they finally bring them back together, and they just end it. Like,
right. Well,
we didn't get to hear Hunter or
didn't. I guarantee you, the next episode starting off at that point. And is this my thought is the like rally point that they had was that like moon over Ryloth where they met up with young Hera in a previous season. I'm not sure if that's actually the case, but I think that's where they ended up going.
Ouch.
To meet up with Hunter and Wrecker.
Yeah.
Soulless, Dave says.
Whoa.
Okay, so I talking about the Bad Batch and Disney, since we probably don't want to give out too many spoilers, right? Because Dan hasn't watched them yet.
Spoil away. I'm not going
to. Did you see the story about how they were talking about the changes that they want to make to in their properties, which means they said they were going to cut back on the numbers of like shows or whatever related to Star Wars and Marvel.
I think I may have heard something about that, but look,
big mistake.
Are you talking about when they're saying that they're going to stop flooding the market, or is this something specific?
Yeah, I think so. My takeaway from that is what they're saying is they're not going to have as many, like say, they're going to do Marvel movies and maybe not do any shows, or maybe a Marvel movie and maybe one show and like pair them off 6 months or something like that's my guess. And I think that would be a bad move for Disney Plus because I think
Yeah.
people stick with Disney Plus because they know there's going to be like
Star
new
Wars and Marvel
like
content,
quarterly, right? And you can watch it on your own thing. But if you know that, there's only one Star Wars show to look forward to this year,
cancel subscriptions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just
Not
going to
necessarily,
subscribe.
'cause if less people are going to the theaters and you're going to get the movie on Disney Plus, they
Yeah,
just
but
wait
the way-
for it to get streaming.
but way after, Dan. I mean, like,
I don't think so. I mean, the Marvels came out pretty quick. Well, actually, the last couple, like Quantumania, was only like 2
It's
months.
usually like
I
2-3
feel like
months.
I feel like that instead of like paying for the service for like the year or whatever, I would just pay the $20 on iTunes to buy the movie.
No, I think what happens with us is that like Paramount is a great example of this. I personally like a lot of TV and a lot of stuff that's on Paramount Plus.
I do too.
But I only subscribe for about 1, maybe 2 months out of the year because I only subscribe once the new Star Trek show has been out for at least 3 or 4 episodes. So then I get into it, I binge those first 3 or 4 episodes, or maybe I'll watch 2 this week and 2 next week. And by then there's a 5th episode out, so I can watch that. And I catch up, and then over the next 3 or 4 weeks, I watch till the end, and then I cancel my subscription again. And while Star Trek is going on, I binge watch all the other shows like FBI and SWAT and other things that are on there. You know what I mean?
And now the SWAT and some of those shows, if you have a Samsung TV, you know how they have that Samsung streaming TV or whatever? They have a channel dedicated to like all those
stuff
shows
like
now.
that. Yeah, they do. Yeah. So I think what in the past is we would keep Disney Plus because just about every month there was either a new movie or a new show to watch. But if they do reduce Star Wars to say 1 series per year, then I'm going to end up doing the same thing that they do with Star Trek, because that's how it works. Star Trek is basically 1 series a year.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to end up subscribing for 1 month, maybe 2 months out of the year, and just binge the Star Wars shows. So I think they're going to lose money because I'm not going to be. I went from being a full year subscriber to someone who only subscribes 2 months out of the year.
Yeah,
we'll see how
I get it.
Because they reduced the number of shows. You know,
the one thing you can count on is wherever whatever is viewed to be most financially beneficial, that's what they're going to say that they're going to do, whatever that may be. Right?
I mean, you can count on greed, Eric. What?
Yeah. Well, if it's produce more content or produce less content, whatever they think is more profitable at the time, right? And that will ebb and flow over time, right?
Right. I think it'll be like a very interesting thing, because if they do that, then what I might do is just say, well, maybe I only need Disney Plus in November, December.
Yeah.
And then I'll just catch up on everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, because like honestly, only because I watched those couple of episodes of The Bad Batch, I don't think I've watched anything on Disney Plus lately.
I watched the Young Jedi Adventures.
Yeah,
new episodes that came out last month. Yeah,
because the Marvels, I was like, I went to the theater and I don't need to see it ever again.
Yeah, I waited till it hit Disney and I watched it.
And then
I've tried watching Aquaman twice, but I fell asleep both times.
I need to watch that. Yeah,
I gotta finish it. I gotta finish it.
Yeah, you got to pick it up. Paramount though, seems like they just have a whole bunch of new shows.
Oh, they have a ton. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's once they're all done for the season, there's going to be a lot to binge on that channel.
And then I heard that
Halo, right?
I'm sorry, Halo. I haven't. See, that's the thing. Is that show any good?
I don't know.
I liked the first season, and I'm curious about this one because the second one looks like there's a lot more battles and fights with the monsters in it. So, based on the trailers,
there's a fair amount of physical advertisements, around downtown Chicago for it. so they're marketing it pretty heavy.
Yeah.
They filmed it down there? Did they film it?
No, I
okay.
doubt it. They're just
okay.
they're just advertising on like, bus stops and benches and shit.
Because we have a lot of Bad Boys stuff going on right now because they're filming it in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, really? Another one, huh?
They're filming Bad Boys right now in Fort Lauderdale. We went down there the other day to see if we could see Will Smith.
You should have went down there to see if you could be an extra in the movie.
He's they're having him hide.
John was probably afraid he'd slap him.
But it's funny because like they film in Fort Lauderdale, but I guarantee in the movie they'll say we're in Miami doing the like it's supposed to be Miami, but Miami's too crowded. You can't actually get in there, and they can't close down part of the city.
So I was looking at a story about that Roadhouse, the one with Jake Gyllenhaal, that's going to be on Prime.
Wait, was
the one about the writer?
Was it Roadhouse Patrick Swayze?
Yeah, it's a remake of the Patrick Swayze one, and apparently, it's straight to streaming. And the story behind it is the director is all upset because it's not getting a theatrical release, so he's going to boycott the little premiere whatever. Okay. And the thing is, Amazon came out and basically said, I don't know why he's so upset. We said, we'll give you $60 million and do a theatrical release, or we'll give you $80 million and we'll do a streaming release. And you said, okay, give us the 80. So you didn't know, they don't know what the problem is all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then GeForce is saying, did you guys see that there's going to be a new Crow movie coming out?
I think I saw that the other day.
More remakes. So are you guys into these remakes, or do you wish that they would just stop?
Do something new.
Okay.
Oh, no. The Crow needed a reboot, man.
You think so?
I mean, don't get me wrong. They got to do it right. They better do it right.
I would hope so.
I'm all for another installment or another reboot or whatever they want to do.
I think if the reboots are done okay. I did not like the reboot of Starsky and Hutch at all.
That was funny though.
It was funny, but I did not like it. And then
Dune is awesome though. Have you seen part 2?
That's a weird one to pull out of your back pocket, Vern. Just out of all the remakes, you just call out Starsky and Hutch.
Because I was so looking forward to it, and then when it came out, I was like, "Oh my God!"
But that one was a comedy right from the start, though. They were making fun of Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
Trying to do
they didn't need to. It's like they just. To me, I feel like anything they reboot from the 70s is going to be a comedy.
Yeah,
right?
I keep waiting.
What?
I keep waiting for them to do a Batman movie that's just like the '66 TV show.
That would be.
I can't believe it hasn't been done yet. You know what I mean? It's going to be terrible. It's going to be the worst thing that someone ever did.
Or the greatest film you've ever seen.
It's the worst idea ever. But that's why I think. That's why I can't believe they haven't done it, is because it's the worst idea ever.
Next thing you know, there's going to be a Dirty Harry remake with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, right.
I was reading a story about some movie that they're making called The Stuntman, and apparently that movie is supposedly set in the same universe as the Kick-Ass movies. And I'm like, okay, well, that makes zero sense whatsoever, but whatever. Is that because they wanted to have the stuntman fighting all these wannabe superheroes?
Right? I thought the first Kick-Ass was okay, but that second movie was just terrible.
Yeah, the second one didn't
much.
Yeah,
the second one was so bad it made the first one bad. That's how I look at it. Like the Matrix, the other ones were so bad it made the first Matrix bad.
Or it just made the first Matrix a classic.
Well, see, Dracula's Drip joined us, and Dino as well.
Oh yeah, look at that. Dino was.
No, but we went yesterday and saw the new Dune movie, and that I think it deserves just as much of the accolades that it's been getting. But I do have, being a fan of the old movie, the David Lynch movie, and the book itself, I do have one question as to why they chose to do one certain thing, because they in my opinion, they took a major part of the book and changed it. And it was never, this part of it has never been changed in any version, the TV show or the David Lynch one. Like, everybody has kept this the same because it's crucial to what comes next. And they changed it in this. So I'm like, oh, like, I don't get.
I'll see that when it comes out on streaming. I don't really.
All right. Do you want to ask the question? And see
No,
if
because I
anybody
don't
has
want to spoil it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Because a lot of people probably haven't gone yet because I went early.
Yeah, I'll be waiting for it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you went because you're a fan, but let's be honest, you went for the popcorn bucket, right?
No, I didn't buy any popcorn.
Okay.
Popcorn's too expensive.
The popcorn bucket is the sandworm.
Oh yeah. Well, my theater, get this. I think Dino said he paid like $20 or $25. My theater was charging $38 for that popcorn bucket full of popcorn.
Oh yeah, you're in Florida, right?
Because they said there's a deal on it too. They said if you come back, you could keep the bucket for the whole rest of the year, and if you come back, it's $10 to refill it on a future visit. So they were like, part of the advantage of spending the $38 today is that in the future you can get a large popcorn because we just refill it for $10. Or normally a large popcorn's $20, you know.
Or you could just make your own bring that popcorn bucket, but fill it ahead of time with the popcorn.
With your own
walk in like you're going to get it filled, and then yeah.
But yeah, when I was there, I was like, I'm not paying $38 for popcorn. I'm sorry. No matter how special the bucket is. No matter how special the bucket is.
You could use that bucket to distract the ticket dude in the hallway so that all your friends can run behind him.
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
I was like 12 or 13 or whatever when that happened. Yeah.
I'll never forget that story. Thank you for telling it.
Yeah. It was only gum on my shoe.
Yeah.
All right. This week's creator spotlight. Let me put his link to his Instagram in the chat. It is Corona 4.
Oh, and I did like The Last Airbender. I've enjoyed it so far.
I need to watch that. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, that's why I put this picture, because I knew it would be timely right here in the middle.
It's good lighting.
Yeah. So Nate Strong looks like he's an action figure photographer. Here's a couple of the pictures that I took off his Instagram. I thought this one, a snow job, was hilarious, doing the snow plow.
That's nice, yeah.
Pizza wedge.
And then let's see here. I got Indiana Jones coming up on a dead soldier, and the Jawas running away with the Ark.
Yeah, that's great. The Jawas stealing the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
That's where it went. It's not in Ethiopia. It's in
a sandcrawler.
Yeah, the Jawas took
it. In the back corner of a sandcrawler. That would be really funny if it did show up in some movie, but in a back corner of a sandcrawler. All right. So anyways, Corona 4, if you're interested in following him on Instagram, I think he has a YouTube also. And then you can check out some of his action figure photography. And
Jumpy?
Yeah.
Jumpy?
I thought The Man from U.N.C.L.E. with Henry Cavill was pretty decent. Yeah, the problem with
I liked that too. Yeah.
They won't be able to make another one because of the other guy, right? I think has been canceled, basically. The guy who played the twins in the Social Network movie.
Okay.
Yeah. He got canceled.
I don't know.
Social media canceled or something like that.
Everybody's
All right.
Oh, I know. He's a guy who was like
he was the Lone Ranger.
Yeah, but they were saying he was like a cannibal or something.
I have no idea what it was.
Yeah.
I just know that he's just not getting any work anymore.
Yeah.
Army Hammer?
Yeah. Well, weren't there like rumors that he's like a cannibal or something?
I don't know what the rumors were. I didn't pay any attention. I just was like, I guess there's never going to be another Man from U.N.C.L.E. And I actually like that old TV show too, with the Man from U.N.C.L.E. show. I used to like it. So when the movie came out, I was like, yeah, they're going to have a whole bunch of Man from U.N.C.L.E. movies. But then that's it.
I didn't know that was a remake.
Yeah.
New York Post says sexual misconduct by several women in 2021.
There you go. You've never seen the original Man from U.N.C.L.E. TV show?
Negative.
So did you watch
Pretty
the
good.
A-Team? Did you watch the A-Team?
I never I've seen a few episodes. I knew what it was, and just I never cared to watch it because it looked kind of like
he wasn't
hokey.
The government guy at the end of the A-Team that kind of ran the A-Team, the guy that gave them all their missions. I can't remember his name, but he was Napoleon Solo.
Okay.
In The Man from anyways. And then yeah. And I'm trying to
but I don't think he was. How old are you, Eric? Were you around when A-Team was on air? I'm like a baby, weren't you?
I'm 36, so I was born.
He wouldn't have seen it. He could have saw it in reruns, though.
I saw reruns of the A-Team, but the A-Team never really like.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think part of why we enjoyed it was because we were there as teenagers while it was being aired, and our parents were like, we would get together, like Mom and I would get together and watch A-Team like every
the A-Team
Wednesday night, or
I don't think it aged well.
Do you remember there was an Invisible Man TV show?
No.
Who remembers this?
Something like that.
Where he turned himself invisible and his wife made him like the latex skin. She on
him
and made him the skin, and he would pull it off and stuff. I want to say that guy who played the Invisible Man was the other guy on The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I don't know why I feel like that was him. Anyway,
I don't know.
Nobody else? No, but nobody watched those shows but me. What about The Immortal? Do you guys remember a show called The Immortal?
Remember The Immortal, yeah.
What was the premise of that?
I don't remember now, but I just remember something called The Immortal.
I think there was somebody chasing after him, wanted his blood because he could like live forever or something like that.
Yeah. What was the one with the robot girl? Was it Small World or?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Wonder? Was it Wonder?
Yes, Small Wonder or something.
Small Wonder. That's what it was. Small Wonder. Yeah, the robot girl. Yeah.
You would have been like probably pretty little, Eric, when that was on. Dan too, because are you guys about the same age?
Oh, I've got a few years on Eric.
Okay.
Small Wonder, is that on any like streaming service right now? Can we watch?
I don't know.
It was a robot girl.
Worst acting ever.
I mean,
terrible.
I watched a bunch of reruns from like shows from the 50s, 60s, and 70s when I was a kid. But
we're talking about a bunch of shows that nobody's. Have you seen the one where the guy had a junkyard or whatever, and he built a spaceship, and he would take trips into space?
No.
He was the junkyard dude who built like the rocket in his junkyard or whatever.
That was a real person, though. I remember that guy trying to do it.
No, not that real guy. This is a show. I think it was back in the 80s or whatever, where the dude would go into space in this little homemade rocket.
My favorite kind of sitcoms that I can remember.
Your favorite remembers.
Oh yeah, Savage One. Yeah.
I liked watching reruns of Mork and Mindy, and then Alf.
Yeah, Mork and Mindy. Alf was great. Yeah.
I bet if you saw the cover of that Small Wonder,
Small Wonder is not available to watch at any streaming service. You can add this to your notifications to be notified. But computer engineer Ted Lawson and his family adjust to the latest invention, a robot that's in the form of a 10-year-old girl. They must keep the secret from their nosy pint-sized neighbor, Ted's boss.
Now, all I remember about that show really was the acting was horrible. It used to come on at like 5 or 6 o'clock on Sunday before real shows started. And I almost thought, like, is this like some local broadcast show? But apparently everybody saw it. It wasn't good enough for prime time.
Yeah.
All right.
But I just remember that from Explorers. Didn't the kid use a tilt? They used like a tilt-a-whirl or something to fly into space.
Yeah, they had.
And they met those weird aliens with the things on their heads, and they were like,
"Oh God!"
And they gave him at the end. They gave him a green crystal, and they were like, "This is the stuff that dreams are made of." You know, I love that
crystal.
That was a cool. I loved that movie, man.
The one alien was hilarious, man. The boy.
Yeah.
Let's see, hold on. What did G-Force beat you?
That was Ethan Hawke.
What?
Oh, as a kid, yeah.
Ethan Hawke and River Phoenix.
Wasn't River Phoenix in one of the?
I believe so. Yeah.
Wasn't one of the Corys in it too?
Give me a second.
Wasn't he in every movie that had like kids in it at that time?
In the 80s and
One
90s?
of the Coreys was, and yeah, they either had one or both of the Coreys, and then they always had River Phoenix, right? Yeah, they were all like in those movies together a lot. Like Dream a Little Dream, right? Dream a Little Dream.
Who has seen that one?
Dream a Little Dream was one of my favorite movies when I was younger.
Oh god, yeah, I watched that.
John actually did the whole dance at his high school dance.
With the hat.
coming down the
Yeah, right. Yeah.
the hat and the shoes. I bet you
Michael
wish
Jackson
you were
moves.
changing place with like the dude that used to walk through his front yard. Yeah.
I did do the moonwalk at the prom. So.
Oh, good for you.
And then it led into a mosh pit because they switched songs to something heavy.
No.
It was funny because all these guys were mosh pitting in their tuxedos and yeah.
What were you doing the moonwalk to? What, Billie Jean or
something like that? Yeah, it was a Michael song, but then they right afterwards started playing something like Metallica or something.
Yeah.
And then we all left, and the lady at the door was like, "You know, you guys can't come back if you leave." Oh, too bad. So, like, we want to come back.
Did you tell the lady at the door? Was like, well, that's okay because the punch is already spiked.
No, we didn't. I don't think I'd seen that movie by then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's so funny. All right, let's get into it. Here it is. Hot or not, these are the toys that are being peddled this week by the big toy companies and the small toy companies. You guys can play along and tell us which ones you're going to add into your collection and which ones you are a definite pass. So I saw this.
Oh, cool.
This is SH Figure Arts. And can you read what that character is? Anybody? I don't know. SH Figure Arts are kind of like few and far between for me, so I'm probably a pass on most of the stuff that they put out, unless it's something that's really cool.
I always think anime figures look cool.
Yeah.
The joints on
that's
this
what my
one
hair
are a
looks
little.
like normally.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
The joints are a little weird on this one, though. I mean, look at those.
Well, I think it's just because it blends in with that colorful jacket and stuff like that, right?
No, I mean, look at the leg joints. I mean, where his hip is. You know what I mean?
Oh, probably to give him greater flexibility.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. All right. What about we got the new Donatello's style?
Oh, lab. I thought that was Rick's lab from Rick and Morty. It's Rick's garage from Rick and Morty.
So apparently they're going to be taking pre-orders March 5th. I did not see a price on this yet, but I'm guessing
$300.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It looks good. I don't have enough space to do more than what I have with the turtles. So,
and were you able to fit that turtle van on a shelf?
Yeah, just not in the cabinet that I had planned.
So,
it was My Hero Academia. That's what that was.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jonathan got it.
Deep Space Homer. There's Deep Space Homer. What?
I didn't see that one, but
no. Did you see the giant Krang with the body from Turtles? That's like $240.
No, I didn't actually see that either.
That the Super 7 one?
No, it's some other company.
All right.
Big Boys Toys, I think it's called.
This is the figure we were talking about earlier that is causing all the drama. This is a Walmart exclusive Night Owl figure. Obviously, it's a repaint of Koska, right? I think the repaint looks good. Like we were talking,
it looks better than. I think the color scheme is better than.
It actually is a better color scheme. Yeah.
And I think that when we were talking off camera, I'll just repeat some of the stuff that was said. Was one, it's a Walmart exclusive, so thankfully this repaint turns out to be an store exclusive. So if you don't really want it, there's no need to try to hunt it down or get stuck in like some sort of a like bidding war on eBay or something like that, just because you got to have this in your collection. And then if and it won't take up shelf space, right? Like in every other store, which will prevent them from actually putting up other things. And then it'll probably, help out with like Hasbro to be able to like Eric was saying, right? Concentrate on doing a wide release on something that everybody actually wants.
Well, yeah, like, my argument is, do you really want Hasbro investing a ton of money into a store exclusive for like Walmart or Target when they could be using that money to hopefully be giving us better, more unique like sculpts and brand new figures and aliens and whatnot in the main line? I don't like just give them this kind of crap. They have to do these exclusives, right? Like, I think we wish. I think we wish they wouldn't have to do the exclusives, but since they do, give them this crap and then focus their real efforts on giving us what we really want. Now, if they don't do that, then shame on them. But like
the other side of it too is that repaints help pay for other things. It gives them more use of the mold that they already paid money on, and then they can use that extended profit to work on something better. But I do have a question about the choice of this figure though, because the Night Owls were a trooper gang. Like, say you could say they were a troop, so you should troop build this figure, and they were Bo-Katan's troopers in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
But did we get a Bo-Katan that was a Clone Wars version? Isn't the Bo-Katan we got from the Mandalorian?
Yeah, but it's still the same kind of armor. So I wouldn't. Like, aside
Wasn't
from
her armor lighter colored in the Clone Wars than it was in the Mandalorian?
I'm not sure about the color scheme differences from Clone Wars to Rebels to Mando, but it's essentially the same, right? Like, but this isn't something like I'd imagine you'd army build, because Mandalorians in general are unique in nature, right? So, like, each person has their own kind of unique armor, unless you wanted to take this and do your own, like, buy a whole bunch of them and do repaints yourself, like do some customs.
Yeah, I guess I could see. I guess you're right. Yeah, because the other girl that was with her had a cloak around her waist. There was one girl that was like this, and then there was another girl that had this armor, but she had a cloak around her waist, and those two were at her side during when they flew in that scene in Clone Wars. So, or was it Rebels? It might have been Rebels, was it?
She was in Death Watch, but then defected.
I think it was Rebels. It might have been Rebels when they were doing the Night Owl thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. But in any case, she still had the same armor, right?
Yeah. So let me put up the picture of the Coast guy.
Let me look it up.
It's not going to be side by side because I can't do both. But anyways, here it is on Amazon, and the thing is, it's like $15. So if you're really going to army build, you'd probably go ahead and just buy this one and do all your painting on it.
Yeah, you could do that.
I got you.
But you can see that the helmet's different, and the paint's a little different. So
I looked it up. It was part of Clone Wars. The Night Owls were Bo-Katan's elite Mandalorian unit, as part of the Death Watch movement. It was while she was still in Death Watch that the Night Owls were her elite Mandalorian unit.
Sure.
So, and I think what G-Force is saying is, like, he's waiting for all the Mando repaints from season 2, and it's not going to be that hard for them to take, like, the generic Mandalorian bodies and maybe, like, paint them up differently and maybe throw like some accessory to cover them up, like that dude that looks like the Clint Eastwood version and stuff like that, right? I mean, it's not going to be hard to do that, and you could probably do it yourself.
I'm a little bit more positive, Dino, on that. I think, this is a repaint, but like, there's going to be more to come. Actually, in fact, I was watching one of Steve Evans' videos on YouTube. He does these like kind of like weekly or mostly weekly videos or streams, and he was hinting to some pretty big stuff coming for May 4th.
Yeah, and that's what we got to be looking forward to. Is we know these Star Wars days are coming, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know that that Star Wars Nights is going to be at Disneyland again, so you got some celebrations coming up, and I think that they're kind of holding back a little bit because hopefully, right?
Well, there's that, but you got to figure. I know we've talked about it before, but like, there has to be like a ton of figures that are already like in advanced stages of production that were tied to the Acolyte and Skeleton Crew, right?
Right.
So that had to have messed things up for them, right? So, but
all right. So, anyways, the next one on here is the Transformers. This is a 2-pack, I think. Is this the 2-pack one?
Yeah, they were the later Insecticons. They're redoing them. Later in G1, right before G1 switched to G2, they had these other weird Insecticons that were not the same colors.
Chop Shop and Barrage. This is a 3-pack, I think.
Who's the third one?
There's a little tiny dude that
goes. Oh, like a weaponizer guy?
Yeah, okay. And I think he attaches to the front or something like that of whatever. But there's a third one. And then this is the other pack that just came up for pre-order. And this is the 2-pack, and it's Breakdown and Sweeper, Windsweeper. So are you guys buying these?
Not this one. No.
All right.
I'm not. I like to play with Transformers when I was a kid and Beast Wars, but for collecting now, I just don't do it.
Yeah, they're getting into characters that were beyond what I collected. So I was like the G1 and then the movie figures, but then when they came out with the wave that was after the movie, which is what a lot of these are from, I was done with them, and so I'm not even familiar with a lot of the characters after that.
No.
So
all right, and then of course they had some of these. We just skipped through these.
That's my cousin John Nagahide.
There he is.
So there's Nagahide. The monkey has no articulation, but that's okay because he sits up on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And then what's the name of that wild boar?
Wild
Bill.
I don't know.
Anyways, he looks really cool. It comes with a bunch of accessories. What is this guy, like $45 or something like that?
Was he that much?
Yeah, something like that.
$44.99.
Yeah, so John ordered them already.
Pork belly.
I did. I pre-ordered all of them. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Anybody else here?
Pork belly.
Pre-ordered.
GeForce. I did it off Amazon. I ordered them all off Amazon.
Outstanding.
Because what I've been finding is like something just shipped that I ordered on Amazon the other day, and they went this shipped and you saved $3 because we've already lowered the price.
Yes, I see
that all the time. It was brand new, so that's what gets me, because if I order it through Big Bad Toy Store or Hasbro Pulse, they don't lower the price if there's give you that price break if there's been a lower price. You know what I mean?
You are correct.
So I've been ordering all these through Amazon because I get that. Plus, if you click on the Amazon shipping that says I don't care if I get it a day or two later than everybody else, you get 6% back as credit.
Really?
For your next purchase.
No, I didn't know that.
Usually, it's like what I see is like $1 on like digital purchases or something like that, but I don't do any of that, so that doesn't really matter.
It adds up into a fund so that when you go buy something else, you'll be like, you got $15 credit.
Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna have to take a look and see if
I'll show you what I mean when.
So, anyways, the reason why I put the package for this guy, I didn't put the package for any of the other ones, but I put the package for this one because a couple of weeks ago we were looking at those leaked pictures of the Mad Marauders. And I was like, no, those look fake to me, blah, blah, blah. But after seeing this packaging, I'm feeling like those are legit pictures now.
Yeah, that's because it had this. Yeah.
Yeah, they look nearly identical. Everything's in the same place. The color patterns are like the same and stuff like that. So I think those other ones are legit. Pork belly is the name, not Bill.
Yeah, pork belly, yeah. Not Bill, yeah.
All right, so we got snakes hanging from the side of a building.
Oh yeah, I love that they did both heads too. That's
yeah, that's the best part is that you're not stuck with like a masthead only and stuff like that.
So, I might get this one because I like the ninjas and then the Cobra stuff.
Yeah, do you got the red ninjas and stuff like that from Legends?
No. You're talking about the hand.
Yeah, the little hand red ninjas or whatever.
Yep.
They came with like the Stiltman legs.
Yeah, no, I
originally.
didn't. No,
Pork.
but this looks cool. I'll probably get this one.
Oh, Jumpy McClunky's telling me it's pork Billy.
Pork.
Oh,
Pork
it's
belly and
Yobo.
Yobo.
It should be
Yobo the
pork Billy
monkey.
to make
Yabo.
sure I'm kind of right. Okay, what about the Night Stalker?
Yeah, I ordered one.
Who's that across the street? Is that Torch on the other side of the street?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Looks cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is he kind of
accessories.
ninja? Is he ninja enough to pick up?
No.
No. All right.
They were later. I wonder if it means they're going to do the leader of them, whatever his name was, and because he was all in neon orange, it was crazy looking.
Yep.
Did have some crazy.
All right, and then Doc.
Doc,
of course,
yeah,
everybody
Doc
wants
was.
Doc.
We
right?
were waiting for Doc. Yeah.
And did you notice he's standard price? We were
Yes.
debating because of the stretcher, like if he was going to be a deluxe or something, but he's not.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, the way they showed off that stretcher is, yeah, it absolutely folds in half and goes on like a backpack. So it's like no more than basically what they would give you for a hunk of plastic to stick on somebody's back, which is really
Okay.
kind of nice. And I do like the flare gun; looks fantastic in these pictures. So, kind of looking forward to it. Doc, and who's on that stretcher? Because that's not.
Yes. See, look. If I
Firefly or
Hold on. Let me
if
make.
I click that button, change. Oh, why can't you see it?
It's out of focus.
Hello, camera.
Oh, hold on.
There we
Let me
go.
write your account number down really quick.
It says change delivery day.
Log
You
in.
get 6% back. See?
There's your password. Okay, thanks.
But did you get it? Yeah.
All right, and then Torch, right?
mm-hmm.
He kind of looks 70s. Should he be a comedy?
Yeah. Well, he was supposed to be
Chains
like
and-
kind of
This guy and Nagahide got their hair done at the same place.
they totally did. Yeah. Well, all the dreadnoughts were supposed to be sort of what do you say, hickish, right?
Yeah.
They're like
Oh my
backwaters.
God. You just got canceled.
I know, right? I did.
Can't say much.
You're canceled. All right, and then here's your 2-pack: the Tiger Force, Tripwire, and Roadblock Target exclusive that was available in Hasbro Pulse for like 4 minutes.
Not bad.
But still,
Those are awful
available
color
Target.
schemes.
You don't like them?
Those look. Yeah, no, those look. They just look bad.
You notice how they
The
snuck
colors. Yeah.
they snuck the extra $5 on those 2-packs?
Yeah,
they did.
that's
Yeah.
sneaky, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you know what? To be honest,
But
it wasn't Tripwire isn't because Tripwire was a deluxe,
See, they're very
Really?
yeah, because he came with the robot.
and so he has
But
the
I
robot, the backpack, the Minesweeper. He I think he has almost everything, right? Maybe not the rat, but he's got almost everything that he came with. And then this Roadblock was that the Amazon exclusive Roadblock, right?
Yeah, that was the better one. I mean, he's almost like the original, you know.
Oh yeah, you're
So-
right. 30. He was 35,
Yeah.
and that's all the same accessories.
I think it's might be missing the extra stuff, like because the deluxe one came with 2 bomb outfits.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, he had the
He might not
extra.
have as much of the protective wear that he had in the
Yeah.
other one, but it
Yeah,
looks like
yeah.
he's got the robot, so it looks like they pared down some of his accessories, but
Little
maybe
bit.
gave him enough of them, like the remote control thing, the robot. He's got the backpack with the mine on it. I'm guessing he's going to have the sweeper in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be
Well,
somewhere
yeah.
in there.
Yeah, because I mean, if he doesn't have the sweeper, he's not.
Yeah, it's behind him or something. You know what I mean? It's in there.
And the rat.
Oh, here's a better picture. Yeah, you see the
Yeah,
mine
it's
in there.
next to Roadblock there.
Okay.
So, just no rat.
Missing the armor and the rat.
Right. This is kind of a weird picture the way they did it because they put 2 of Tripwire's accessories over on the other side of Roadblock. I think that it was weird the way they. This is the promo picture. They put it. GeForce is going to wait till he can pick that up at Ross.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I have a feeling there'll be, if I go into, I'm not ordering it. I didn't order this now because number one, I don't like how Target charges you now, and then like years later you get the thing.
Oh, and then they always stock the store.
Yeah.
Then they go on clearance, and
then they decide to charge you
or cancel your order and tell you it's no longer available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, anyways, I just said I'm gonna wait because Target's a pain in the butt to order from online for pre-orders. So I just said, well, I'm gonna see it in the store, and then if there's 20 or 30 of them in a pile, I will just wait because they're gonna get marked down or end up at Ross.
Sure.
But if I go in there and there's 2 or there's 1, then I might just buy it flat out. But I'm gonna wait and hedge my bets because I still see. Like all those Python Patrol guys, like the Black Troopers, all of them, there's like a stack of 20 at every single Target in my area, and there's still piles of that Python Patrol version of the Trouble Bubble, the red one, or is it Crimson? Was it Crimson Python or Crimson Trouble Bubble? I don't know, but
the Tiger Force one.
No, the red and blue Tiger, the red and blue Trouble Bubble.
That was the classic version, right?
The other problem with that,
the original version was white.
John, is that when you see those 20 or 30 in the store and you take those 2 and hide them under the bottom shelf, Sleeping Collectibles is going to find them.
We'll find them. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Down with all the gum and like spilled caramel.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was thinking the character, the Televiper was yellow.
What about this? Marvel Legends.
That's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Anybody?
No, not getting it.
Cool, but no.
This is the animated version or something, right?
I thought it was for the movie.
Yeah, I thought it was for the movie also.
It doesn't look like Anthony Mackie's likeness. It looks like it's more comic influenced.
Gotcha.
That's what
it's a different shield too. Yeah, so it's not from MCU.
Yeah,
it's cool that he comes with the wings, which is
I mean, if I see him for $5 or $10, I probably will pick him up because he looks great.
If you see this guy in a store, you're going to pick him up.
But I'm not going to pay $30 whatever they want.
We'll just wait and see. Okay, I'm going to mark this on my calendar.
John will buy this.
Or you're going to be like, check out what I got, guys. All right. And then Jada Toys is, I guess, hitting the mark for everybody with these Street Fighter.
I think the coolest thing about it is the packaging.
Yeah. Would you ever take it out?
Yeah. No, not if I bought this.
Yeah.
I like the packaging.
Yeah. They're cool. I mean, I'm just.
But I won't get them. No.
Yeah, I haven't picked up any of them. Anybody pick up any of these Jadas? No. I hear they're like really good though. Jonathan is deaf in for Bison.
Oops, click on that one.
Jonathan's also saying that the Falcon cap is the same as Doc Ock.
Price wise.
Which is too much. That's 40, right? He's 40, 45.
Yeah. And then GeForce is saying Bison is he the regular price? I didn't see a price point on him, so I don't know, but he's a big dude, so we'll see.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. I mean, they're good price. Those Jada Toys are good price points.
And then of course, I don't know why this wasn't with the rest of the G.I. Joe stuff. I try to keep them all like together, but this is kind of one of the things they showed off with the. I guess this attaches to the back of the HISS tank.
Yeah,
will also attach to the back of the vamp.
Yeah, because they're going to recolor this in the GI because this when GI Joe first came out, this came out first for the Joe team in green, and then they made an updated version that was in red when they did the Sears 2-pack where they had the HISS tank with this on the back of it as a Sears 2-pack kind of thing.
Now,
but it was for Cobra.
does the Joe team at this point need to put out like missile trails?
Don't they have that kind of stuff?
They have it for like they had it for the fire team, right? The guys with the like bazookas, the handhelds.
Yeah.
But this thing didn't come with it, and the his tank didn't. And it's like, I mean, I want to get the fire.
They did it for the Sky Striker.
My guess is it might have some. I don't know how much those weigh, but there might be an issue with the integrity of the plastic, right? Like holding up something much further if it was just gonna like flop down.
I mean, I have a few from like what did I get them with? Oh, with this thing. Was it this thing right here?
Yeah, G-Force is saying those missiles are 9 inches long, though.
Yeah.
Still not worth $75. I can't believe they put that
No.
price on that thing.
No, it's way too expensive.
Is it available to order yet, though? It's not even available yet, right?
I think it went up on Pulse, yeah.
Yeah, it's on
did
there.
it? Yeah.
Oh, the Dragonfly has those.
This is true, right? I think that those should be available in like a mixed pack. Like you get the stands. I think you should be able to go on Pulse and be able to say, "Hey, I want to get some missile trails or something." Yeah, Scrap Iron had them.
He was only $35.
Yeah, so
Right.
I would have expected this to have at least one. Right?
Yeah, my guess is it was probably an issue with the weight.
Maybe, but for $75.
Yeah,
and does this make you want to toss out your other Techno Viper?
No.
All right, because he's purple or whatever.
No.
Oh, is that it?
Sonny says that was only available for Pulse members, right?
No, it was available on Pulse. I think like it was 1 o'clock for members and then 2 o'clock for everybody else. There was one other thing that they showed off. Let me see if I can pull it up.
They just opened it up early for the.
Yeah, that I thought was kind of cool.
It's still
yeah, you can click on it.
It's pre-order on Pulse.
Yeah. Maybe.
But not on any other system. It was just Pulse.
Well, I don't know that.
Yeah, it was a Pulse exclusive, I think. What about this? They teased this.
Oh, yeah, I would get that, yeah. That's cool.
Absolutely.
Looks cool, just not enough space for that kind of stuff.
Well, this is just going to be the size of an ATV, so probably not much bigger than two of the motorcycles sitting next to each other.
It's probably going to be this is going to end up being $100, isn't it?
It maybe similar to the Vamp almost, right? Or maybe like no, I'm guessing in the $60 range, because the Vamps was like the 100. This will be like in the 60 because it's like the motorcycle, but 2 of them, and then you'll have to say, John will pull up his picture of that WWE trike again and say, why is this thing $60 when they can put out this $20 wrestling dude?
Yep.
Right. And then and then we figured out what happened with the so just as a follow-up, now that we're done with the hot or not, unless you guys can think of anything else, that spaceship that went to the moon,
allegedly. Oh, that's what happened.
Oh, look at that.
Fell over, broke. Jawa's got it.
Routine.
Wasn't the solar power?
Mm-mm.
I knew it.
Yeah, they lost contact. I didn't really see much of anything else. Did you guys see anything that I missed?
On the moon?
What?
On the moon?
No, in general.
I don't think so.
I don't think either.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I got a new lightsaber in the mail.
All right.
But
Nice.
it's the Ezra Sabine saber. It's actually pretty cool, except mine is defective and I need to call up Hasbro on Monday to get an exchange. So
Oh no.
yeah. It lights up but no sound. So
but
I
it's
got
supposed to be the quiet saber?
the stealth version.
Yeah. But the hilt itself is really cool. I really like it.
I took a chance on a COO figure, whoever that is. It looked kind of cool. Got it. I was like super excited. Opened it up. Moved the hands. Moved the foot. Snap.
Ooh.
It was a $90 figure. I'm mad.
I've only had one figure snap on me. It was Stormtrooper from one of those like 4-packs back in the day for the Black Series that just snapped at the elbow, and I just have it in like one pose. I didn't even bother like gluing it or whatever. It's just like kind of like wedged in there.
You weren't able to salvage him?
No, I was. I just stuck the arm back in, and it's just kind of like wedged into the joint. I didn't even bother like gluing it or anything. It's just hidden in the back. But I did something else this week. I got something I wish I would have gotten back in the day, and I know it's like a really ridiculous item in the Black Series, but I just, as a Black Series fan, I needed to have it. That First Order TIE Fighter, that's ginormous.
Oh, really? How much you pay for that?
More than I wanted, but I think it was kind of reasonable. It was just a lot with shipping, so it ended up being like $200 with shipping.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. I mean, you finally got it.
Yeah.
Like I have seen those pop up a few times on like the shop Goodwill, and they always sell for like $15-$20, but they're pickup only.
Yeah.
So
yeah. There were some reasonable prices on, I think, eBay that were like pre-owned. I wanted to get new, but a lot of them were pickup only because people didn't want to putz around with shipping. So.
And shipping's not that bad. You just finding the boxes is the thing.
Hey, Connor.
All right. So we know that last time, I don't know if I was showing you guys, I did this.
Yeah, it looks good.
Kenner $6 million man, 6-inch. I did put him in the tracksuit.
Yeah.
And then recently I did.
What did you do for the head? Because the head looks pretty good on that.
It's a 3D print.
Oh, really?
So that's supposed to be the Oscar Goldman.
Which figure did you use for that?
This body right here is
Is that
who's the guy?
Like Randall Park's character?
Yeah, no, the other guy, the guy with the blonde hair.
Coulson?
Yeah, no. He was in the Secret Invasion.
Oh, Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No. The Shield guy. He gets abducted, or he's in the very beginning. He's also
Martin Freeman. Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the body
guy. Yeah. Okay.
So.
Sorry, we got there in the end.
I don't have another tracksuit, dude. So I do have this guy, and I was just wondering which one which looks better.
Left.
The left one, because the right one's head looks really wonky.
Yeah, left.
This one.
No, the one in your right hand. Sorry.
Yeah, that one. The one you're bouncing up and down. Yeah.
So if I just switch the head, would this body look better?
Don't know. Can you do it, or is that gonna break something?
Talking to the head swapping master. Can he do it? He says.
Well, without breaking anything, I don't know what kind.
As long as I'm not doing it.
Show it side by side.
As long as Dino and I aren't doing it, we'll break stuff.
Yeah, Dino just broke one of the things he bought me for at a show he was recently.
You know what? I think it's just like the one body is that much better.
Better, yeah. Yeah.
Like the other body just looks more like
it's too big, right?
Yeah, that's a Joe, right?
No, it's a Marvel Legends. It's the Pym or whatever.
Okay.
I was just trying to find somebody with like a red suit or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think if I showed it on its own.
Yeah, if you didn't see him like side by side, that one's fine. It's the other one was just looked a little.
He looks more like the old action figure because he's not as buff.
Right. Yeah, that's it. It's those ham hocks he calls hands.
He's like, I didn't break it. I know. I was joking around. I was joking.
and then I did this guy.
Is he the fall guy?
No, it's like a vintage 12-inch style head.
Oh,
So I know one of the eyes is a little off, but
Still a good job.
I can tighten that up a little bit.
Also make a great Robert Vaughn. G4 said.
Robert Bond, yeah. So I was hoping that, because when I saw this one, I was like looking for Rudy, the Rudy Wells. And I was kind of hoping that there was going to be a Rudy Wells, because that would easily go on like a banner figure or something like that, right? White lab coat, but it was the only other head was the Mastodon, but it was the John Saxon head. So
a mastodon is an elephant, so the elephant head
Maskatron. Man, tough crowd in here.
Yeah.
All right, so we do have one more thing we could do if you guys have a topic, and it is
Argue.
the point and counterpoint.
Yep.
So if
Okay.
Eric wants to pick a controversial topic, you and Dan
It's got to be
present
Eric.
your point and counterpoint.
I don't know.
It's got to be.
I think a lot of people in this community know I have controversial opinions that don't align with a lot of things, but
I got a
don't know.
topic.
What?
Why were GoBots so much better than Transformers?
Who said they were better?
I did. They're awesome.
I've never even really heard of. I mean, I've heard of GoBots, but like I didn't know they were a thing.
GoBots are robots in disguise, right?
Well, they're machines that turn into robots. Yeah. I don't think they could use robots in disguise back then for GoBots.
So, like, you think GoBots are actually better than Transformers, even though, like, most people would consider GoBots the knockoff of Transformers.
Yeah, everyone says that those were the ones that Grandma got you when she didn't know what she was doing at the,
Or the
at the
GoBot?
grocery store. Yeah. She'd come home and be like, I bought you a Transformer. I got it at Publix or whatever in your grocery store. And you open it up like, oh, yeah. And then it's a GoBot. And you're like, oh, great.
GoBots. I don't think I have one GoBot.
No?
Did GoBot do all the Transformers?
What?
So, like, did GoBot do like a tape recorder that turned into a robot,
They do have one. Yeah, yeah.
and then a
Yeah.
gun that turned into a robot?
See, I get them confused because I think there's.
I think converters. No, I think converters had the tape player that turned into a robot, and they had the gun, but they were called converters. I think GoBots stuck to cars and helicopters and airplanes. I don't think they. I can't remember a GoBot that was anything other than a car, airplane, helicopter.
They would
Stuff
have
like
to sort of
that.
stick with that theme since they decided to go with GoBot, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Because I mean,
But GoBots had all the generic names. Like the motorcycle was called Cykill. The helicopter was called Coptor. So they were really brilliant with their names.
Well, they didn't have to go
Leader
too far.
one.
I don't know GoBots, but I agree with G-Force. Care Bears are some badass bitches.
It beat the GoBots in a fight.
A GoBots
Oh, you
were.
know what I did see? I wanted to ask a question about this. Hold on. Maybe somebody can enlighten me. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, Rock Lords is a subset of the GoBots line. Rock Lords were technically within the GoBots line.
All right. I saw this tweet, and somebody tell me about this. This is something called.
Is it Black Major?
Black Major Toys supposedly is
Yeah.
doing 3.75-inch, looks like O-ring style.
They have
show
been doing
figures.
them for a long time.
Oh, they have.
Yeah.
And is there like an online store?
Oh yeah, he's
Or-
got eBay stores, like all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
So he sells on eBay then.
and other places. I think he's got his own shop on their website.
Are they customs remakes?
Yeah, he basically. I don't know what his process is, but I do have I have a green Cobra Trooper. It's in my GI Joe display somewhere, that because it was mixed in with a lot of GI Joes that I got, and I could tell it was slightly different. And actually, I think Scuba Pete sent me one also. He sent me I think Scuba sent me a blue Crimson Guard.
Okay.
But it's blue instead. And you can tell by the feel that the plastic's a little different. So you almost know right away when you pick them up that it's not a real G.I. Joe. But they're built and made exactly the same. They look exactly the same. I almost think that what he did is he took, I don't want to say for sure because I don't know what his process is, but it makes me believe that what he did is he took the figures, took them apart, you know what I mean? Because you can just undo the screw and take the figures apart, and undo. You can even undo the screws in the legs and take the legs apart and all that stuff. So you can break a GI Joe down into its actual individual pieces.
What?
And if you did like a nice like silicon mold of that, you could get a reverse mold of it, and then if you took that and redid it in metal so that you could reuse it over and over again without it degrading, you could then reproduce those figures in any color you wanted. You know what I mean? And I really think that that's what he's doing. Because he has Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, Cobra Troopers, Cobra Commander, all the different troopers like Vipers and Crimson Guards and every trooper you can imagine in every different color you can imagine. You know, even sometimes clear, like translucent plastics and all these other things. So and people love them. They're buying them up left and right. I mean, I see them all over the place now.
There's a Deadpool made him out
Yeah,
of the
one
snake
painted
eyes.
like Deadpool.
Where are
Yeah.
you seeing these?
eBay.
Oh. All right.
Get a Punisher.
Yeah. But I occasionally now see them mixed in with, like, if you get it, like, if someone will have a lot of GI Joes, they'll have, like, 30 GI Joe figures.
Like, what is this thing?
And then there'll be one that's an odd color, and I'm like, why is that one an odd color? And if when, like I said, when I got the green one, when I won the lot, I could tell the green one, and then you look around and you'll see his Black Major logo on it. So I'm like, it's a Black Major. That's why it's,
Can you share your screen?
Give me a sec.
Okay.
But I think he does good work. Like I said, the couple that I have are when you look at them straight on, they're almost indistinguishable. But if you feel like rub your thumb against the plastic, you can tell that it's two different kinds of plastics. So you can tell. But yeah, there's a Captain America one.
No, it feels the same.
Feels the same. Oh yeah, but he started doing some accessory things too. Like there was the snake armor, and like in the cart, some of this stuff is what I think he started doing was sometimes in the cartoon or in the comic books, you would see that trooper or like the snake armor, or you'd see like a small little like the 4-wheeler or something else, but in a different color. So he started out, I think, doing those colors that you saw from the comic book or from the cartoon that they didn't make into real toys. But then he just started going like, well, if I'm going to make them in green, blue, yellow, and why don't I just do orange and this color and that color also? You know what I mean? And
I see.
so,
I see. All right.
And then he went into things like, why don't I make them look like the Punisher? Why don't I make them look like Deadpool? Yeah. So
interesting. I'd never seen him before, but I saw that post and it was like apparently a new wave coming out. So
yeah,
interesting.
And like I said, he's the king of repaints because he'll do every different paint scheme you can think of, and and I think that again helps keep his costs down, because making some of those molds I've heard are really expensive. Like if you're just someone on your own just doing it,
Yeah.
especially
He
if
has
you
to
make
have-
a metal one that's sturdy and going to be reused like 1,000 or 2,000 times.
Yeah, he
You know?
he must have developed some sort of a process now where he can get a
Yeah,
bunch of them done. Like maybe when he pours a mold, maybe he's got all the chest and back pieces where every time he pours, he's doing like 50 of them or something.
maybe.
Like that.
Yeah,
20
exactly.
thighs and
Yeah.
20 arms. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I hadn't seen that before.
Because I think like Scuba and I and probably G-Force and a few other, Jeff Barker and those guys, that have been into G.I. Joe for a long time. We've probably known about him for 5 or 6 years, if not more. And back in like when I first heard about him, like I said, he would have like 1 or 2 variations, and a lot of times they were limited to like, well, in the comics they had the guy the trooper was green with red things, and so I wanted to do a comic version. In the cartoon, we once saw the guy with this color, so I wanted to do that cartoon version. And they were like individual figures. Whereas now, like you said, he's up to where I've got that trooper made in every single color. So he must have back then it was a more difficult process when he started out, where now it seems like he can somehow mass produce these things. In like you're saying, he must have over the years got the money and the ability to make like 50 at a time or something, because
Right. Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen the ones from like The Walking Dead, G.I. Joe customs?
I have not seen those. No.
Now this guy, whoever's doing this one is even more detailed. Wait till you see this one.
Oh yeah, I did see these. Yeah, these were really cool. Yeah.
Those look really neat.
Like those are legit custom. I mean that's a mixture of who knows what kind of body style.
Yeah.
And then Tiger Force Rick. How cool is that?
Looks like Charlie Brown from here.
A little bit. Michonne with some blood. Yeah, see, I don't even think that's a G.I. Joe. I don't know what, because look at the hip.
Well, I think it's a legit Michonne head. You know what I mean? Like it could be some of a mixture of a couple different lines. You know what I mean?
What scale is this?
Aren't these 6-inch figures? I thought they were 6-inch figures,
Are they
but I could be wrong.
No, they look too skinny to be 6-inch figures. They got to be like 3.5 inch.
Because if they were 6-inch, I'm just trying to remember if they ever did an Okoye figure for Legends, because Denai Guerrera's head could be reused if they did. I just can't remember if that was ever made.
It doesn't have the size. Yeah.
4 or 5 maybe.
They could be, because I mean, $79 for 4 of them seems like they couldn't be 6-inch, right?
Yeah.
Not when they're this custom. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've even got the file cards.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pretty cool.
Have you guys ever come across this Twitter account, Death by Toys?
I don't remember that.
Oh, you guys have to see this. This guy makes custom figures that just are like really, really, really hilarious. I'll have to find it and send it to you guys.
All right. That would be cool. And we'll put it in the comments of this, so you guys can all come back later and look for the link to this guy's
It's
Twitter.
funny because he follows me and I'm following him, and I've already did this guy make he may have made the one that my friend got me, and that could be why I'm following him.
What are you talking about? Your major?
My friend got me the pubes, Wookiee pubes, and it was on a Star Wars card back. Wookiee pubic hair.
Oh, okay. So
your cat ignoring you. The weirdo at a party wearing that stupid vest.
just had that.
You want me to share the screen? This is funny. There's some good stuff on here.
What are my customs? Chop liver. Mr. B.
Never.
Nope,
No, they're awesome.
they are.
Yeah. So yeah, did you see? Jumpy said those were for sale.
Oh, you brought it up. Yeah. He's got a lot of really funny captions on a lot
Your
of these.
cat ignoring you because you're a piece of Kermit with teeth.
Kermit?
You really have to scroll through a lot of these because this is I can't count how many times this guy's giving me a good chuckle.
Your pastor, who definitely isn't playing with himself, he's got his hand in his pocket.
I do remember seeing those.
I was just thinking about this church that's shaped like a
the fucking asshole at a party with a guitar.
Yeah, where was the other one? Wearing my space suit at the Ren Fair. He's got a turkey leg. Wendy's cigarette ashes.
That's Mr. B's video there.
Oh yeah.
In the chat.
Yeah.
Watching some kid almost die at the 80s playground, the action figure with dead-like action, his legs broken in half. We did almost kill ourselves on that damn swirly world thing because you had to run at full speed and then jump on.
Or you could just get on before it was turning.
Who was going to run to make it turn? Someone had to.
Well, you held on to the thing and ran. You didn't have to like jump on. You just had to like lift your feet up and fall inward.
Sure, you did. Okay.
You didn't do it right. You didn't do it right if you weren't
friends. Then you would just have them spin it while you were on there.
Hitting my vape pen in a public.
Go to January 30th if you can scroll down far enough. There's one is.
Are these actually real things that you could get?
I don't know. Care Bear.
All people are Batman's parents. Oh, geez. That Capcom kid. That's right. He was in all those commercials.
Yeah. The one on January 30th is really good.
Get to the chopper. My scroll is running out of scroll room here.
Oh, wait.
29.
Scroll up a little. Yeah, that one. So zoom in on that one. The me giving up one.
Me giving up and walking into the ocean with all of my clothes on. I mean, seriously, just F it all.
Well, but look at the caption down below. Contents. The sweet release of death. Oh God!
Wow!
Did you pass a sleepaway camp?
And thinking of this action figure, if you seriously considering walking into the ocean, please reach out for help because there's somebody there that wants to help.
Dying alone like a fucking loser. The action figure. Lasagna sold separately.
This is bad.
Me lying awake thinking of something I said 4 years ago, the action figure.
This is probably one of the best Twitter accounts that I follow.
What was the name?
Admiral Akbar's.
Oh my God! Yeah, I forgot about this one. Sorry, Vern. Vern's like, what happened to my stream?
Oh my gosh, the timeless art
here.
Yeah.
I put the link in the chat here, Dan, but I'll put it in the.
I got it.
I just dropped it in the regular chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
In case anybody wants to go look at
this is so good. This guy's doing the Lord's work here.
Stupidest
So
thing
many-
ever.
Look at the top. Look at the top. What a piece of
Contents. Whoa, one shit fuck of a
seriously, just shave it off.
oh, God.
Anyway,
All right.
Oh,
Sorry.
you guys are done. That's funny. It was funny. Come on, not that bad. All right, what else?
I'd buy that for $1.
All right, let's see. I remember seeing custom Star Wars card backs of Yavin and Endor, and the bubbles were a piece of astroturf to represent grass from the planet. They do that a lot, though, right? Like, did somebody make a Blue Jeans guy action figure?
Yeah.
And,
Starbucks cup from Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Did anybody ever make like a card back with like the Razor Crest, like a little burnt up piece of plastic or whatever?
Oh, I think I've seen
the Razor Crest.
I think I've seen something like that.
Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, Mr. B. I'm surprised there wasn't a Karen figure.
There probably is somewhere in there.
You just have to scroll through it. You can get lost in there for days, probably.
Oh, we saw that. So it's funny. We just showed that. I just refreshed my Twitter feed. We just saw the Batman's parents. One, I just saw a tweet from Mark Hamill quoting some tweet, which looks like in two action figures of like a burnt Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen.
Oh yeah, it was. They did do
I've
those.
seen that.
Yeah, I remember they did that one.
That.
Yeah,
I've seen that one. Yeah, I wonder if it's done by the same person.
Doesn't look like it, but similar concept. Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be a whole line of figures now coming up from a major retailer. They can just take like those figures instead of putting them at Ross, right? And throw them in different boxes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they have to
go
go
like with Bazooka. They could just
run store first and then fail.
What?
They have to go to a first run store first, then fail, then end up at Ross.
Right. Which is hilarious because every time I go to Ross, there's still like a Zamet or a Tomac. So, you know,
I know, right? They are.
Yeah, everybody's had enough of those. I mean,
I went looking for the carded Marvel Legends, the ones that were on those card backs, and none of my Ross stores had any.
What happens is, I think, is they show up and then they're somebody grabs them all because it's usually like one box.
Yeah, I think
when
that's
I've
what
gone in
happened,
there, I've seen like the one that nobody wants, right? And then I know that Fantastic Four wave has kind of been showing up, but mostly at my stores it's that flaming dude, not the torch, but the other one. And I mean, that one's just always sitting there. So
yeah. But I did find all the Masters of the Universe stuff at Five Below.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I actually was kind of like, are they really $5? And I walked up to the register with them all, and I was like, are these really $5? He's like, I don't know. Let me scan them. He's like, yep, $5. So
now, what does that tell you? I mean, like, to me, it's like, oh, if it's at Five Below and it's $5 and you can still walk in there and find them readily, there aren't that many people really wanting them.
Yeah, probably not. But
yeah, the tough part
the problem with Five Below is they're not Five Below anymore because they have a section where everything's $10 and a section where everything's $15. And they've got some because they've got like some higher end electronics for computer gaming and some other things that are a bit more expensive. I think there might even be a $20 section at one of mine. But so it's not all. That's why I had to ask, because I was like, are these in the $10 section or something? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But the one closest to me, the Five Below really close, like half the store is toys. I was blown away by how many toys they had. Because they had a whole section of Hot Wheels and all these, like, they had a whole section with Transformers and G.I. Joe figures and all these other things, but they're made for discount stores. You know what I mean? They're not. Yeah. They're
I've
not
seen,
the same Transformers and GI Joe you see at at Target or Walmart. They're other.
no,
You know what I mean?
I've seen Legos and Hot
Yeah,
Wheels
they had a
showing up at
Lego dump
Ross.
there. Yeah, they had a
At
Lego
Ross.
dump at Ross even. Yeah.
So I'm thinking
Yeah.
like, this thing we keep focusing on Hasbro, but it's pretty much got to be across the board where
Well,
like
the Lego, I sent a picture to my boss when I saw the Lego display, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that's a special display that they're sending from Lego to Ross at a discounted price, so Ross can sell them at a like." They put that dump together, that yellow cardboard thing.
is it like stuff that they overstocked they just wanted to get rid of, or
It may have been, I don't know, but
Right.
that came directly from Lego, the company themselves. They
Yeah,
made a deal with Ross to
because I know
to
we
put
were
that in the stores.
speculating that all the excess like bazookas, all those GI Joes and stuff came from local retailers, right? That like basically just sold all their stuff off to some auction site, and then Ross just won the auction.
Won the bid.
But I wonder if some of it is Hasbro cutting some of their costs and just getting rid of some warehouses.
It very well could be. I mean, because like I said, I didn't know when I took pictures of that Lego display, and they just said, "Oh no, that's something that Lego decided to do. They made a deal with Ross to send these specific sets in a dump, and that they come in a giant box with that cardboard. It's a yellow cardboard display that if they can choose to use it or not, but yeah, because I took pictures of it,
Right.
and that was put together by Lego themselves and sent to Ross just like that. So they open a cardboard, like a brown cardboard shipper box, and this just slides right out of it exactly like it is here. And then they just stick their stickers on it for the price,
Yep.
But so they could, I mean, if Lego's making deals with Ross, why wouldn't Ross go to Hasbro or Mattel or someone and just say, "Hey, we'll buy your overstock, or we'll buy your, let's make a deal," right?
Right.
Funko also. You always see tons of Funko at Ross. They could be doing it too,
Yeah, no, easily.
Well, this is cool. Huh.
What's that?
I'm not a Motu person, but I just saw something online. Someone I'm friends with on Facebook shared. There's a coffee place in Chicago called Dark Matter Coffee. They sell, if anyone's a Motu fan and likes coffee, there's a Motu Revolution coffee called Skeletor Blood.
Oh,
that they sell.
Neat.
What is he saying? Delicious Game Peter is another great custom figure maker. Maybe we should check him out. Yeah, have to look that up.
There's a Subway store. It's kind of far away. I think it's partway. It's partway between me and yeah, it's partway between me and Disney World. Like my brother and I stopped there a couple times while because we hit upon it once by accident, and then we kind of went there once or twice on purpose when we were driving up to Disney. We'd be like, "Oh, it's off this exit, right?" Yeah, and but he's got all these, like, he's got a life-size C-3PO and R2-D2, a life-size Boba Fett, a life-size Stormtrooper. He's got that Darth Maul that you could win as part of the action figure contest that's life-size.
Okay.
But then he's also got like a Batman and like Captain America and some other, like, in the store in these like glass cases that you can sort of stand next to and take a Yoda.
Oh, interesting. That's kind of
you
cool.
know what I mean? But he buys all these high-end collectibles of like the life-size. I think the Yoda's like that. It was a Sideshow that did that, the life-size Yoda. You know what I mean? It's like $7,000 or something ridiculous like that. But he buys all those, and he's got helmets all over the place, like Eric has behind him. All the helmets and Iron Man masks and Deadpool and Ant-Man and all that stuff, like, just in these glass cases. So the whole store is like where he puts his collectibles. The middle of the Subway store is like
the Subway is his
It's where he has all his collectibles. You know, see.
Interesting.
But it's always every time we went there, it's packed because everyone's looking at all the stuff and ordering subs. You know, like all the booths are taken up because people must go there just to see all the stuff. You know.
I have a life-size Salacious Crumb figure.
Yeah,
I want to get that life-size Chewbacca from Regal Robot, but my wife wouldn't be really happy if I forked over $20,000 for that.
yeah.
No, I actually opened it up.
Yeah,
Put it right here.
Yeah.
Look, and now I'm sitting lower in my chair so you can really see it.
See it all. Yep.
I'm just gonna get rid of
So,
it.
I'd love to have those Yodas, but I can't get that stuff. That's really expensive.
yeah.
Well, I could if I just said one day, you know what? I'm just going to save all year long and buy one thing this year instead of buying something every month.
You know
You
what, John?
could do that, right?
Yeah.
John,
What?
treat yourself.
Yeah, right.
All year long. All right.
Well, I don't own any credit cards. I don't have any debt at all. I have zero debt. I don't go into debt. So
Nice. Good
I don't
thinking.
ever splurge or treat myself like that anymore, you know.
All right.
I did a long time ago, and I think I got I don't know. I got out of hand, and I was up to like $6,000 or $7,000 in debt, and it just stressed the hell out of me. It took forever. It took forever to pay off, and once it was paid off, I just ripped all those credit cards up and said never again.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. It can be a big lesson to learn.
And that's why I have a budget. That's why I always say I have a budget. I've got an account. I've got like 3 or 4 different accounts. One is my savings, one is for paying bills, and then one is what's left over, you know, that I allot myself for toys. And when the toy budget account is zero, I don't buy anything else.
Toys, pop culture, and financial advice.
That's right.
Yeah,
and next week we'll be back to fixing refrigerators and washing machines.
Yeah. I still have to make that video I promised Chris. I promised Chris I would outline how to make millions of dollars in the stock market.
Yes,
so you can be
that
good for
together.
Retirement, and I still haven't made that video.
Everybody needs.
It's quite easy to do.
All right. What do you guys got coming up? Anything? Eric, you gonna post your first video?
Well, I'll be on a different video. I may need to duck out early next week. I'm going to be on Stu's channel doing a video for the, what's it called? The
his
my collecting
thing, yeah.
life. Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not. I don't think it's a live thing, but
yeah. No, he records it ahead of time. Yeah, and then edits it. Yeah.
Dan, you got anything?
Got Toys and Fitness tomorrow.
Nice. It'll be back after what, 2-week hiatus?
Yeah, by 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dino's been at toy shows. What the hell?
Yeah, and repairing his car.
And eating pizza.
Well, I'm surprised he's going to be on tomorrow. His wife wanted to finish the floors by the end of the weekend. So
maybe that'll be part of the show.
Yeah.
John Gahide, what do you got?
I actually have like 4 videos recorded, but I haven't done my voiceover and final edits on them. So hopefully those will come out this week.
All right.
And
cool.
Nothing directly for tomorrow.
Awesome.
But I'll probably finish them up tomorrow, so they'll come out like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, hopefully.
Nice. And then I'm working on finishing up a couple of these guys.
Nice.
And one's going to be a members giveaway. So I'm going to do that once I finish that up.
Cool.
And then
did he have any red tape wrapped around him?
No.
He didn't have it? Okay.
I didn't see him with red tape, but he has a I got to figure out how to do like the little waist dress piece.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because they had those in what the
like
some of those clone troopers, the like ARC troopers had those kind of things.
Yeah. So I got to figure out how to make something like that before I can finish that up.
Does any military currently use those skirts?
Yes.
Does any military currently use those skirts? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is that a practical thing to have in a military uniform?
Probably not.
Or a
Well,
cape?
you know what?
Any of that stuff?
So if you look at some military uniforms, if you look at their dress uniforms, they have long coats that come down to about mid-thigh, and they wear a belt around the outside of the coat. So
But not during combat, though. But
it's like a dress thing or whatever.
Gotcha.
So once those are done, that's what will happen. And then you have a cool $6 million man figure and provide all the information, but the figure sold out for his body. You can get it. You can pre-order the Tracksuit Mafia on Entertainment Earth. It's available on Entertainment Earth still to pre-order. It is sold out on Big Bad, but Entertainment Earth has it. They do have it because I was looking and I'm like, darn it, the Tracksuit Mafia, you need one of those. But yeah. All right, everybody.
They're making fun of Dino doing his floors. Dino-san, show me sand the floor.
Yeah. Wax on, wax off. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out again this Saturday, you guys. And thanks everybody in the chat for coming along and hanging out with us and enjoying a little action figure and toy talk and some new stuff and whatever else. And we'll see you guys next time on the Toy.
Stay awesome out there, everybody.
Have a good weekend.
Toys, 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 toys.